Join the crew as a member of the Onyx Key for exclusive members-only messages, redirections, and content. We already have a bunch of videos live with some familiar topics as well as new questions, so I'll see you on the other side of the Onyx Key. Make sure you hit the join button to go deeper down this experience with me. Hey family, so we're back with another Forbidden Fruit fantasy reading. We're going to take a look at what is your person's fantasy, what they love most but won't tell you. We might get the why, we might get where it's applicable specific to you. Just depends on the person as their energy steps in as we channel through the fruit, okay? Pile number 1 is the set of plums. Pile number 2 is the apple with a little heart bite in it. Pile number 3 are the grapes. They're purple grapes. And then pile number 4 is the guava. I'll give you a moment to make your selection. And if you need more time, go ahead and pause the video. All right, pile 1, my plum set. We're going to see what this person's fantasy is, what it is they love most but won't tell you, okay? And I can already tell you that the person you're selecting this for they're looking for something rare. They're looking for something incredibly special, okay? Like it was very loud. And the beauty of this desire is it doesn't feel that far out of reach for this person. Like this person knows that the likelihood of finding the special love they're seeking is rare or not as likely. But for whatever reason, they feel like they're almost there. It's very, very close. So let's see. Tell me more about the set of plums. What's this person's fantasy? What do they love most but won't tell? My pile number 1. Okay, we've got a time for healing. Okay, so this is someone. Ooh, I'm getting all this person's business. I hope we don't make this that long. This is someone, okay. They feel almost ready for the type of love they're seeking. Okay, like this is someone where they have a fantasy, they have a very vivid perspective of what they want. Like they know exactly what they want. And they seem to have the awareness of what it takes to get the kind of love, the type of partner they're seeking. So they've done the work, they're doing the work, they're actively healing any potential for self-sabotage. I did get a heavy emphasis on insecurity and fears when I first stepped into the group. So all of that, this person's working through that because they don't want any hindrance to the love they're seeking, which makes sense because we saw where this person feels like they're very, very close to that type of love. All right. Luck is on your side. So this person feels like they're stepping into that type of love. Honestly, this season, right? And when I say season, the new moon of Sagittarius is upcoming real time for me. Like maybe several weeks. I haven't looked at the calendar to know exactly, but I mean, yeah, I mean, this is not that far off, right? That's within the next month or two. So real time, that's the time frame, this current season, spring, summer, fall, winter. Okay. All right. This person's fantasy partner. Someone that makes them feel very lucky. Someone that's very expansive, adventurous, well-cultured, well-traveled. Very just interested in experiencing and learning about the world around them, right? Like this would be more of an extroverted personality this person's seeking. And the healing aspect tells me that maybe this person might not be as outgoing, but that's not loud enough for me to say all of you are selecting with someone that's not as outgoing. For me, the healing along with this expansive energy feels like they want a person that is just naturally expansive, naturally engaged with other people without necessarily being attention seeking. Like they love people that are just naturally interesting, that naturally attract a lot of attention, Like, it's not an effort, okay? This person is looking for someone that is spiritual. If this is a religious person you're asking about, that's a deal breaker. Like, they need a religious partner, and obviously if they're religious, they're going to want someone in that same religion. But when it comes to just spirituality and connection with the universe, source in general, this person wants someone that kind of has that awareness that it's bigger than just us, right? Like, that's what they're seeking. They want a very, very interesting partner. All right, tell me more about a set of plums. What is this person's fantasy? What do they love most but won't tell? My pile number 1. Okay. Love begins. They found it. Okay. Now, it gets messy because the question we're asking has a messy underbelly, right? We want honest readings. You guys kind of took to it, so we stick with it. But what they love most but won't tell you, there's always an underlying motive as to why this person wouldn't mention it. So when we talk about a shadow experience where someone's kind of feeling lucky and expansive, where someone's healing relative to you and your connection, right? Feels like someone that may be outgrowing a connection, okay? And they're finding the joy, the passion for life again, and they kind of want to go out and explore. Like, this is someone that in their healing, especially if this is a partner, when we talk about the shadow, that you connected with from a trauma state, in a low state, right? Like, maybe you trauma bonded, or like you connected due to like similar struggles, things like that. This person's healed and they're looking for a love that's more passionate, that's more expansive, right? Like, not super exciting in a fizzle out quickly way, but a person that can be with them beyond their healing journey, right? You can heal together, but you also can be very lucky together. Some of you, I say some, the lightest side is this person feels like it's right in their grasp when they think of you, right? Like, if you are in alignment with what this person's wanting, what this person's seeking, they feel like it's right within their grasp with you, right? Fulfillment of wishes. They're looking for the partner that they've manifested, that they've prayed for, that they've specifically asked for. Like, this is someone that's like, I want a partner that's X, Y, and Z. And either that's you, or this person feels like they've stepped into an energy of someone like that is within their vicinity. Okay. So I'll try to get more because I want to be able to discern for you guys how to know if it's you, right? Victory, success. Like, listen, if this, especially if this is someone you're dealing with and it's going well and you're happy, boom, confirmation. You're it. You're everything this person wants. You are their fantasy. They just don't want to come on too strong and let you know. Like, it's more of an insecurity, fear-based thing of, ooh, I don't want Pal 1 to think I'm weird. It's too early for that. That's the vibe. Especially when we talk about crush, which your Ace of Cups actually is. Okay? And where we talk about crushes where you've not like connected, but we know there's mutual interest, right? This is someone that's like, I've healed so that I could attract this type of partner, or I'm actively healing so that I can deepen a connection with a partner like Pile 1. Okay. And obviously the shadow is where this energy I'm describing, this very active pursuit of victory, success, this wish fulfillment, lucky energy isn't necessarily you. And I'm not saying you have to be the opposite, but if you're not as expansive as this, especially if we know this person is, it feels like they feel very, very close to it, especially if this is someone that's leveling up in life. We talk about that wisdom of the Hierophant. Oh, great cards here. This person just wants someone that's really smart, really wise, again, cultured. Like, not saying you have to have traveled onto every continent. It's more of a mental, spiritual thing than a physical journeying, if that makes sense. So I'll use the dominant energy of, okay, let's say we're not talking about someone that's traveling all over the world, wants someone that's traveled all over the world. The personality type they're seeking at some point probably would do a lot of traveling, even if they haven't yet or haven't had the time, whatever, because they're interested in other cultures. They're interested in connecting with things that are different and learning more. A good example of day-to-day how this would manifest in the personality. It's someone that would go to all of the different restaurants in their neighborhood from different cultures, different cuisines, like every day of the week. Like, obviously, I don't know about eating out every day, but if you're eating out every day, it would be a different cuisine from a different region, country, culture, right? Like, people like that. That's the personality. Adventurous. Okay. That's what they like. They like to be interested. They like to be interesting. All right, my plum, my set of plums. Boom. Same thing. Confident, optimistic, passionate, brave. Sagittarius is here 2 times. That's a sign of higher learning. I mentioned travel and all the things. Very, very abundant, victorious energy. The other 2 fire signs are Aries and Leo. So someone could be dominant in that. And this person just seems like they like a very fiery, passionate lover. Like, that's what they like. Like, somebody that's really fiery, really passionate. So, really smart. Communication, mental compatibility, deal breaker. I got the Hierophant of Wisdom. I've got Sagittarius and its opposing sign of Gemini. This is the axis of knowledge, of wisdom, of communication. Okay? Like, this is the axis of smarts and learning. Okay? Whether we're talking about spiritual ascension, whether we're talking about just being well read, whether we're talking about just knowing how to express yourself clearly, that's what this person needs. I could see literary, like a person and being very literary, like in nature, like that's what this person's attracted to. Very book smart, very open, very receptive. Okay. Very physically attractive. Okay. Loves the luxuries of other cultures and things like that. Okay. Because Venus rules the sign of Taurus, which is here. Like, this person likes to feel lucky. They like to feel attractive. They like to feel like they're with an attractive, exciting, educated, intelligent partner. And I don't normally throw out the word educated, but this is a person that would be, people falling in this category want like a more educated partner, which doesn't have to be formal. It just means knowing, understanding of the world and the people around them, right? They would not be with someone that's very ignorant, like they would not be with someone that's super ignorant. Okay. So what else is this person really attracted to but won't tell my pile 1? What is this person attracted to but won't tell my set of plums? Let's go. Oh, this person's really tight-lipped about it too. What I talked about earlier. All of that attention. Very confidence, bright, shiny, fiery energy. This person's attracted to people that, like, okay, hobbies and or career paths would be people that are in any communication-based fields, which would be like performers, like singers, like actors, like dancers, would technically fall into this category. All of my writers, anything that's written based falls here. Okay. And they just want a partner that's just really attracts a lot of attention. Like, I know that feels vain and superficial, but it's not for this person. I'm not like it feels less the attention and more the victory, the why the attention is there. Okay. Because remember, it's all about the mental compatibility as well. But someone that really just speaks well. Okay. Really speaks well. And here's the funny thing. I know I cut myself off and I lost the point, because when this card hit next to performer, this person kind of likes in a partner, they like the ability to be a little bit two-faced. And when I say that, I don't mean smile in people's face and then talk about them behind their back. I mean, just because you don't like someone, just because you don't like people, don't like, it doesn't mean that you have to like show it and let people know it. So this is an energy of like knowing how to kind of conduct yourself, being cultured enough, right? Witty enough, intelligent enough to know like, hey, let's just be a little bit phony. Like, no, you don't like this person, but you know, that is my boss. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that is my business partner. Like, we have a really good professional relationship. You don't have to like them personally. Like, don't be that way. Like, right? Like, know how to conduct yourself in front of people that we don't necessarily have to like, but we have to respect. That's what we have here. Okay? So tell me more. Yeah, twin flame, boom. Twin flame, voodoo, spirituality is a big deal, but it makes sense. This person's seeking a twin flame type of partner. Where am I seeing my patterns? Do I have any patterns on the table? I have my T's here, okay, and my F's. So they're seeking a twin flame type of connection, right? And it's deeply spiritual, deeply religious, manifesting. This would actually be a woo-woo like couple, right? My woo-woo couples fall into play here. Or if one of you is really woo-woo and the other is just spiritual or religious, same vibe, okay? This person wants a partner that they can feel like they stole from other people. Like, you know what I mean? Like, right? Because performer is someone that everyone would really be attracted to. And thief is like, man, pile one really, this person really pulled one over and got pile one, and they're locked in together and it's like really close. Like, this person wants a partner that is coveted by others. Okay. All right. So tell me more. My last step before I get your advice for my set of plums. What is this person, this group? You might be attracted to the flamingos on the channel. That would be a redirection. I don't know if I'm writing them for this, but like, if you hear me say something and it resonates, I would just make a note to go. Let's see. New chapter. It's a lovely energy. Like, the was because I was debating on whether or not I was going to pull out my tea leaves to see the why, but I don't know that I'll need them, right? The why this person wouldn't tell you all of these things is because it's a new chapter for them. So I mentioned healing, right? So this person's either, I'll leave the shadow just to get it out of the way. This person's either feeling like they're stepping into a new shadow where they're seeking new love. They might actually have their eye on someone because they're, in their mind, they're healing. They've healed enough to know like, okay, this is the direction I need to go romantically. And this new chapter is a new version of me. So I'm no longer attracted to what I used to be attracted to. Or even if I am, I know my fantasy doesn't align with the people that I've historically been with or am currently dealing with, which if you fall in that category, that would be the shadow. The lighter side is they don't want you to know because this is someone that's grown, evolved, acquired some wisdom. They possibly used to be this thief energy. They possibly used to be attention seeking. They possibly used to be manipulative. I'm not saying this person's past is this depth of the shadow. I'm saying some of you, yes. Most of you, this person just healed, like their desire for what they want now, what they know is right for them, is just different from the past, right? And in this new chapter, they're like, I don't really want Pile 1 to know what I used to be attracted to, because it not only is it not relevant and compatible to me, but like, I don't want Pile 1 questioning my type or my loyalty and like what I'm really interested in, because this new chapter is different. And if they know about the past, they'll constantly compare the now to the then. That's where this person's head is. So I like that I got new chapter and I got here, because this is someone that's taken accountability for their healing journey and where they're going to go, right? Like, this is actually someone, multiple meanings, that's not only accountable for this new chapter in love. In this new chapter in love, they want a partner that's more accountable for their happiness, their journey, their ascension. Whereas maybe people they've dealt with historically, or what they used to be attracted to, were more passive, right? Unhealed, things like that. So that's really what's going on. But this person wants magic in romance, okay? They want magic. So let me get your advice and we'll close you out. What advice do I have for my set of plums? Hey, it's the sunflower of happiness. What's going to make you happy, right? What is happiest for you? Because I'll be honest with you. When we talk about the shadow, if you are not in alignment with this person's fantasy, I could see you being incredibly unhappy with them, because it's very active, it's very loud, it's very busy. And if you're not in alignment with that energy, it would be draining. Okay, I'm telling you this, like, it's very busy. It's right, because this person requires a lot of mental work. They require a lot of spiritual work. They require a lot of like socializing in a way that if that's just not naturally your personality, it's going to be a lot. Okay, so it would fizzle out quickly, if you ask me. And I'm not wishing that on anyone, but you should be aligning with what makes you happy. And if this feels like you and this person, then I'm excited for you. It feels like lean into your happiness, okay? And which it would be the union. Find the union that makes you most happy. On the lighter side is this person. Boom, you're compatible. Roll with it. Run with it. Okay? But where you know that this is not you, it's going to be a lot. Okay? This person requires a lot. That's why they're seeking a certain kind of love, because they are a lot. And they're seeking someone else that is also expansive and a lot, right? So I'm gonna close you out, move along to pile number 2. All right, pile number 2, my apple with the bite of like with the heart bite in it. Let's see what this person's fantasy is, what they love most but won't tell you. This person loud, and I got a lot of indicators that you're not gonna have to guess for very long if you have been guessing, or like this isn't someone that would actually hide anything from you. This person is not, like, the things I'm going to tell you are not things that this person would not tell you. They don't have anything that they wouldn't tell you. It feels like a person that's like cards laid out on a table. First and foremost, this person's looking for devotion. Very early on, you move too slow. This person's like quick to move on. They want a partner that's going to like show them off and like rave about them. Like they want exclusive, like they want to be exclusive as soon as possible. They're not the type to date early stages and be dating multiple people and dating someone that's also dating multiple people. Like, nope, exclusive. Like, you got to know you want me when you start talking to me. And if you're not sure, then you're not sure. You go do that. Like, that's this person. They're very strict. And I love that for them, because there's often a lack of discernment with what you can handle energetically, emotionally in dating. This person knows they are not the type to date around. They can't handle someone that's dating around. Clear. But expect powerful change. We've got that new moon eclipse energy. So solar eclipses could be relevant in time or anything like that. It could just be talking about a catalyst energy. Solar eclipse. Okay. Someone here has a North Node in Virgo. Good for you. Good for them. If that's you, or I may be confirming that it's them. But that solar eclipse could be in Virgo or could be Pisces. So when we talk about the Virgo Pisces axis, this is confirmation that time range has been actively relevant. Okay. Because the nodes have been North Node Pisces, South Node Virgo. Real time for me. If you're finding me in the future, you might be asking about somebody that you started things with, that the most critical energy between the two of you was around these transits. Okay, we had time for healing. Okay, I'm gonna keep it. This card came out in the previous pile, but the energy is totally different. Different enough that where I don't need to fuss. It's relevant, okay? Because right here, what I've got is they desperately want a person whose energy feels like home, that feels very healing, someone that contributes to their day-to-day, that contributes to their path. Like, this is a strict person. Like, this is someone that as soon their fantasy is to kind of meet someone, connect with them, and immediately be locked in day-to-day with that person, and for it to kind of flow together seamlessly, okay? Because Virgo rules the 6th house, which would be our habits, routines, our discipline, our errands, everything you do consistently just to maintain and manage yourself, your life, okay? So they want someone where they're comfortable, they're safe, okay? They also want someone whose love language, they want someone that understands that their love language is acts of service, and they would prefer someone that also has that same love language, okay? Right. They want someone that is just so cozy, so comfortable with. Feels like a couple that's often in house clothes, just relaxing at home, at day-to-day, even when it's busy. Like, that's kind of the default, right? Let me get a good shuffle. I'm struggling. Tell me about this apple with like, I'm even hearing the phrase because you chose the apple, like an apple a day. All right. Waiting game, planning. I mentioned that certainty and being very sure early on. This is someone that is willing to be patient where there is a clear path, a clear plan, right? So this is, I mentioned, integrating you and them into, them integrating you and you integrating them in a day-to-day life, like planning around each other. This is someone that wants a partner, that will be so excited to have a partner where early on, as soon as you're exclusive, you basically are already incorporating them into your future plans. Like, okay, well, next year I'm going to do this. And you know what, pile 2, that's something that you need to put on your calendar. Or like you telling them that. Like, that's the type of partner they want. Like, you know, I know we only been together a month, but I see this going somewhere. So at the end of the year, this is where I'm going to be. And I'm already like, I got your ticket, right? That's what this person, like, that's what gets them going, okay? That's a key part of their fantasy. And where this person deals with people that are flowy and like non-committal or uncertain or dating multiple people, like if this person ends up in a situation where they're dealing with someone like that and they know that they're dealing with someone like that, feels like a good time, not a long time. Okay, like they're not taking it seriously. They're not taking the person seriously because it's not like a switch. Like, this isn't someone that can just switch. Okay, boom, this is a serious partner. They have very strict categories of not serious, serious. So once you end up in the not serious pile bundle, it's like very low chance of recovery with them when it comes to like those types of things. We got deception and envy. Okay. I've got temptation. Look at all this strict energy. All of this strict energy. Yeah, we got Capricorn. This person likes people that are hard workers. They like people that have a very Saturn Capricorn edge. So, for example, if this person dates older, or even if they are older, they would prefer, this is odd energy, and I hope I'm describing it right, like they would still prefer someone that's waiting for their right person. So like, this person doesn't care at what age you are. Like, if you have a bunch of failed relationships and like, let's say you have a bunch of kids from different people, this person would be judgmental about that. Like, that's this person's energy. Like, that's how they kind of are. They would prefer a partner. Their highest level of fantasy would be someone that was patient enough to get what they want in a relationship, kind of waiting for the right partner, right? Not being married a bunch of times, things like that. Like I told you, this person's strict. I mean, that's their life. I can't judge them for that. I got the Wheel of Fortune. That's the Destiny card. Let me make a little more space up here. I might just... Yeah, it works. Fine. Destiny. Someone that's going to really align with their destiny. Okay? And their work ethic and where they want to go in life. And the way that they like to control and manage their day-to-day. Big deal. Okay? They want a low-key partner. Okay? See? It's okay I kept this card. I don't know how to tell you if you picked 1 and 2. I don't really know how they match because it feels a little bit contrary, the vibes, because this is someone that wants somebody low-key. Quiet. Not saying much. Very devoted, very certain about them, but like not loud at all underneath the radar. Like this is someone that kind of almost has a fantasy of people not even realizing they're in a connection. Like for some of you, okay? And like where they still want a partner that's like everyone knows. It's still like, oh, we don't hear any of their business. We don't ever see them. They're usually at home. They come out for like work. Things like that. Okay. Let me keep pulling these cards. Tell me more. What's this person's fantasy? Who do they love most? We're going to tell my pile number 2. I mean, we know that they're so strict that they've communicated this. Yep. We got this mutable energy. My mutable signs are Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, and Pisces. Heavy Virgo energy here. We got surrender, fluidity, welcoming change. Someone that's very flexible and adaptive with their schedule, with their day-to-day. They want someone that is patient with them. Okay, even in the worst of times, like being patient with them. Okay, but again, flexible, adaptive, willing to shift and pivot their life for theirs. I'm not saying this person, because the shadow is yes, this is someone that's controlling and would want a partner that life is secondary to them in their life. But the lighter side is still someone that's like, okay, willing to compromise, willing to bend your schedule so that it works, right? Because when I talk about how that devotion and being very locked in early, like planning with them in mind, like the lighter side of that is just consideration. Like you're flexible enough with them, they're flexible enough with you that it actually can work, because there has to be some type of flexibility there, right? When we talk about growing old together, this combination feels like that. Let me get one more for this deck. Uranus. Change. Welcoming change. Radically change. Someone that's willing to change for them. We got Uranus and Aquarius. This person could have Uranus in Aquarius or in a mutable sign. I know Uranus is in Taurus now, but the dominant transit that we're stepping into in the future in my time will be Uranus and Gemini, okay? But something about this Aquarius energy, it's unconventional, right? So I know what I'm describing sounds very conventional in what this person wants, but this person kind of wants a partner that's willing to be conventional where that's required, and being flexible enough to adapt to one another, right? Because when we talk about Uranus and Aquarius, yes, it is shocking and unconventional energy, but it's also collective minded, right? Like the greater good, the whole picture, what's going to benefit us long term, what's going to benefit the whole family, our kids long term. Like that's the kind of partner they want, okay? This is a combination of someone that wants a partner different from what people expect them to want in a partner. Okay, like in some instances, like this is someone that's gonna likely end up with someone outside of their culture, race, something like that. But here, just in general, where that it's not like that deep, this is still a person that's gonna end up like their fantasy partner is not like it would be surprising to other people. Okay. Okay. And it feels like that type has changed over time as well. Okay. So tell me more. Because it's like, this is a person, and I can't go into specifics, obviously. There's so many different people in the world, and you're all picking this pile generally. So the best way to describe it is this person's like in their mind, they're like, man, this is my dream partner, this type of partner I want. Boom, I got this dream partner. And then they start going places, and people are like, I would never have expected this. I call them the apple, right? I never would have expected that apple to be with somebody like that. That's interesting. It works. It makes sense now that I see it, but I would have never like conceptualized that on my own. Okay. They also like odd people. Some of you, this person specifically just likes people that are a little eccentric, a little bit different, possibly even black sheep people, right? Okay. Tradition. Watch on the shadow, because of this person liking people that are a little quirky, unconventional, and possibly like a black sheep vibe. Could be predatory, right? The shadow could be like, let me find somebody that's like that because I know they're going to be easy to control. You see what I'm saying? Because they're so quirky. They're not used to people like going for them, or like if they're a black sheep in the family, like I know they're not going to be, they're going to do what I tell them to do because they're not used to somebody actually matching their love language. You got to watch that. Okay. But all in all, the lighter side of this is this person likes quirky, unique, different, a little bit eccentric people. Type is very different from what people expect, but it doesn't, despite how unconventional the connection they're seeking would be, there's still something that's very traditional about it. Like it's offbeat and routine, stable at the same time. It's very specific to this person, their world, possibly their career, and things like that. Like it's as stable gets what they're seeking, but there's a unique twist to it. There's a certain eccentric edge to what they want in a relationship. And you see, they do some of you, this person wants a partner that's going to do the heavy lifting in the home. So keep that in mind, okay? If you know that applies. The shadow is here. I mentioned that easy to manipulate energy. Okay? So tell me more. What is this person's fantasy? What do they love most and won't tell you? This person kind of, okay, so here's the funny thing. This person kind of likes that dark side. They like a partner. They fantasize a partner with a dark side. It took me a second to catch on, but the Seven of Swords is that thievery energy, right? We got the manipulative energy here. We got the temptation. And what really launched it to the forefront of my mind is that devious energy on this manipulation card with temptation. Like they like a little bit of a dark edge. They like the rush of that, of having someone with a dark edge. Still religious and traditional, but there's something slightly taboo, slightly offbeat about it, right? And religious is also that routine. So very unconventional, but very structured routine. Okay. Let me pull more. Let me see. Look at that devotion card still here. Like, you break up, you get back together. Like, not having to worry about their partner leaving them. Because even if there's space, it's always going to be a devotion. It's always going to be a reconciliation. Like, this is a you not going anywhere pile. When we talk about love, like, that's what they fantasize about. A partner that does whatever happens, not going anywhere. Okay. So this person would be upfront about this, right? Deeper intimacy and building a future. I'll just mention, I'm not labeling this video 18 plus, but this person kind of wants someone that has a certain appearance and energy, like out around people and in the community, but like a very devious side, sensually, if that makes sense. You know what I'm talking about. That's what they like. But that deeper intimacy and building a future is critical in what they're fantasizing about. So tell me more about this apple. What is this person's fantasy? What do they love most but won't tell about to? And like I said, this person's not hiding any of this. Falling in love. Oh. See, sneaky energy. This is my scandalous pile. Of course it is. I got like 3 specific situations that I'm just going to throw out there. It's all scandalous. One is this person wouldn't or hasn't told you that because they're falling in love with you and you don't align with this. Like, this is actually, like, this person wouldn't tell. I like that I'm using this deck like this. Shout out to Spirit for, like, how this is going, right? But where this person may be falling in love with you and, like, you're not like this, they may already have a partner or you already have a partner. That's why they wouldn't say that, okay? Some of you, this is someone else's energy that they fantasize about and they're falling in love with a third party that more likely aligns with this, okay? And even if you align with this, I would still be cognizant. 7 of Swords, a sneaky energy. We got a manipulative energy, okay? Like a shadow example of falling in love with a third party that more likely aligns with this energy, basically, right? More like that than you are. Okay. So, falling in love, third party. This is definitely my third party pile. I don't know what to tell you. If this doesn't align with you, then this is not your right pile. I have another apple. I do. You might be on the wrong apple if this isn't a third party where you're not available, this person's not available. Okay, some of you don't realize you're asking about somebody. You don't realize they're unavailable because they may be seeing this in a third party, right? There's so much there. Let me give you your advice. Yeah, we're at 20 minutes. I gotta close this out. What advice do I have for my apple pile? What's this person's fantasy? What do they love most? Advice. Oh, that makes sense. I mentioned devotion at the beginning. This absolutely makes sense. If, like I mentioned, the short time, not a long time for the shadow, this is a heavy part of the shadow of like this person's already, like, where this energy exists in someone else, that's where their attention is. Okay. So just keep in mind who y'all are asking about. My lighter side is, real quick, I'm gonna drag it out just a little bit. I don't know. Like, there's a, like, I give you all the other examples. I know for a fact that I mentioned that this is someone that would be very upfront with you about this. So the lighter side, I guess they just would tell you. They wouldn't not. Okay. And the only instances where they would not tell you are because they're falling in love with you as a third party, or where they're the third party. You see what I'm saying? So that's why it's coming through. Okay, let me get this advice, close out this pile. Lean into the rebirth, lean into the transformation, whether that's this person transitioning out or taking the initiative. Ooh, this is so messy. Ooh, this messy. If this is someone transitioning out of your life, just go ahead and let them. Okay? Because you can't control that anyway. You can't control other people. But where this is someone, even in the scandalous instance, ooh, I don't want to say this. the rebirth, right? The leadership, the rebirth is the changing of people and their personality and their desires and their wants. So where you are in a connection that's fading, or this person is in a connection that's fading, it's 100% okay to lean into the transition where you sever ways and pursue what you actually want that aligns with both fantasies. Okay? All right. I think I like the way I worded that. So I'm going to close you out, move along to pile number 3. All right, pile 3, my purple grapes. We're going to see what this person's fantasy is, what they love most, but won't tell you. I can already tell some of you are coming from a different pile, one of the previous 2. And it makes sense if you're coming from that one. There's a heavy theme of divine union. Like I've got the divine union card at the bottom there somewhere, the stack, and I've got surrender to the divine. So that's what they're seeking. Like no ifs, ands, or buts about it. That's what they want. Okay. So tell me the details of what divine union looks like for this person, right? What is this person's fantasy? What do they love most but won't tell? My pile number 3. You and your loved ones are safe. Show the world the real you. This person, divine union to them, is a partner that they can be out in a collective with, but very comfortable at home with family. Like this is someone that, I don't know if they have issues with feeling rejected or not valued, or they have trauma associated with showing parts of themselves, like their whole self, to people, and either whether it's rejection or people treating them weird or people just acting weird, like whether it's betrayal, whatever, because this is someone that's like, I need to be able to be my authentic self. I need to be able to trust my partner enough to show them who I really am, all sides of me, light, shadow, and everything in between. Like, I need that comfort. I need that comfort. I need that safety. I need that stability of being able to do that. Okay. Also feels like someone that's very protective over their family. Like whether we're talking about maybe someone that has children already, or just someone that's very private about like just their family, or like, I don't know if they have certain family members that are just very delicate, very sensitive. It's like being able to reveal like their family and trusting someone with their loved ones, whether it's just the elderly or someone maybe with health issues, or just a variety of reasons people are just like that, just protective of their family. Like something about the family, like this person making sure that their partner is safe to have with and around their family. Okay, so because this real specific came through, if there's questions about that, you already know that this is you're on the shadow, because that's a real specific thing. Like, is it safe for my family when it comes to pile 3? Okay. All right. I don't know if I've ever had that come out before. Okay. Like, is it safe for my kids? Is it safe for my family? Can I trust them with my people? Right. Can I trust them with me? Right? That's the questions. That's the fantasy of someone where it's not a question. They don't have to question that. They're just safe, comfortable, right? They're comfortable with all of that. All right. Tell me more about these grapes. We got a 9 of Pentacles, of a material harvest. Someone that's stable on their own, very independent. Okay. Very passionate about what they do and just life itself. Feels like a very individualistic person. Okay. When they are, okay, so we had surrendered to the divine. This person wants a partner that doesn't really stress about things too much. That when things get difficult, things get hard, they just kind of give it to God. They surrender it to the universe and they don't overreact to it. Okay. Like someone with a strong sense of faith. So let me get my last one really quick. Tell me the grapes. Very well, not easily taken off balance, off center, right? We got the new beginnings. This person needs someone that's very stable, very sturdy, someone that doesn't overreact, right? Even where things may be a little scary or turbulent, like someone that is safe, someone that is stable, okay? That can handle all the shifts and turns and juggling that life requires, okay? Someone that's very good at making decisions, and the decisions that are above them, I mentioned the surrendering to the divine. That's where this person's needing. They need that rock. They need someone that's solid, stable like a rock, okay? New beginnings in the Fool feels like this is a newfound desire, newfound fantasy. Like this person's realizing this is what they need in a relationship. Like that's what I'm getting. Okay, so tell me more about my purple grapes. What is this person's fantasy? What do they love most but won't? Stable, like a rock. Trust, patience, sensuality, safety. Those are the key words this person lists in their desired partner. Someone that's very stable financially, energetically, emotionally, mentally. That's critical for them. Okay, very independent, strong, brave, and passionate. I've got passionate twice. Okay, independence twice. Okay, very, very stable. They need someone that's strong like that. Okay. Well, what else? I mean, we're gonna see what this deck tells us, because I only have 2 more decks. I don't have anything else to say. What's this person's fantasy? What do they love most but won't tell? My purple grapes. What does this person fantasize about? What do they love most but won't tell? My purple grapes piled. Community, family. This is a community card. That's a family card. Family and community, very important to them. Okay. Family and community, very important to this person. They need someone that's going to fit into their family, fit into their community. Okay. Someone where they fit into the family, fit into the community. They're not going to be in a connection where they don't get along with the family. They're not going to be in a connection where they don't get along with the friends. Like, it has to fit. Like, if they are out of alignment with the community, like if there's too much of a cultural difference where they are not fitting into the community, it's just not realistic for this person. Okay. So, because those are the things, like this person, like divine union to them is collective. Like it's very, actually, yeah, because this is, the Fool is Uranus energy, which rules Aquarius, collective, right? Cancer is our home and our family. Yeah, strong in your identity, but very deeply connected to your roots, okay? This person would actually judge you based on how you interact with your family and friends, okay? And how caring you are towards them. Okay, tell me what else. What else was this person's fantasy? What do they love most but won't tell? My pile number 2. This is my pile that's most likely desiring someone of a similar background, whether it's ethnicity, whether it is race, whether the connection is language. Like, there's something about background and roots. This is the pile more likely to be concerned about that. Health, and would you accept this? Like right there, we've got healthy energy, and would you accept? Okay, so tell me, they like people that are like community oriented, like community service, helping others, right? Like that's what this person likes. People that are naturally nurturing, naturally giving, naturally caring. Like this person's fantasy partner would absolutely start a food bank, right? Would start a charity, would do those types of things, and would be very passionate about that. Okay. What's this? Old school. Yeah. very traditional relationship this person wants, okay? Very, yeah, traditional relationship, traditional courtship, traditional engagement, traditional wedding, traditional marriage. That's what this person wants, because it's all about the integration into family, the rite of passage, into merging families and expanding and being involved in the community. It's very surface level. It's not all of the loud rah stuff that we have sometimes. What this person wants is pretty straightforward. I just cut so you didn't get to see the Divine Union card here, but it was there. So why wouldn't this person tell my pile number 3 these things? This is a very relaxing, stable energy. Like, this person seems like a very cool, easygoing, high vibe, peaceful person. It makes sense why they are seeking someone that's not gonna, like, they're not gonna tolerate someone that like terrorizes them or the tears from their piece. Because I'm just like, I'm relaxed sitting in this pile. It's straight to the point. I'm at 10 minutes and I'm basically done. So why wouldn't this person tell pile 3 these things? Oh, yeah, they got a mask. They wear a mask. This person wears a mask. I don't judge, right? I'm on YouTube, right? So, and all you see is hands. So I can't judge anybody. But this is someone that would tell you these things, that this is what they're seeking. But before they start putting their heart out on their sleeve like that, they got to know that it's a safe situation, right? They got to know that it's safe for them to kind of show you who they are for real, what they like. They got to be like, can I trust pile 3 with my family? Like, are they going to be judgmental, whatever, about my family? Like, it requires a deeper intimacy. Like, this person's fantasy comes out in those deeper, more intimate conversations, okay? And you can't make it up. Safe place. Yeah, deeper. Okay, so that's crazy. I just knocked over my New Orleans Oracle deck. I don't even know how I did that. I'll grab it because we're wrapping it up in a second anyway. But safe place. It comes in a safe place with deeper intimacy. Okay. I'm just looking at these cards. I think share your gifts, keep going, and adventure are face up from the splash of cards that just hit the deck. All right. So this is why I love this pile. I love this energy because it's no sneaky, creepy, weird energy. It's not that this person wouldn't tell you any of these things. It's that they're not going to put their heart on their sleeve immediately like that. Okay. All right. So let me get your advice. I like how cool this pile is. Super cool pile. No red flags, no cause for alarm. Tell me from my grapes. What advice do we have for my grapes? Okay. I heard initiating energy, which Aries is. Be creative with the truth. So we have learn the truth, which maybe the owl is relevant. I have them on the channel. I don't think I'm writing redirection, so just make a note that you may be called to the owl. But learn the truth, okay? And either be more creative about something, but there's a certain creativity regarding the truth, or if you're gonna have to be a little more creative to get the truth. This person wears a mask, okay? So like, it's something about this person, they wear a mask. It doesn't feel like a chaotic shadow of a mask. They just, I don't know if it's trauma or if they're just like low key, whatever this person's energy is, but you're gonna have to be more creative regarding the truth in this person's, like getting to know this person, because it requires deeper intimacy and a safe place to get this out of them. So I assume it's the same for anything else you want to know about this person or getting closer to this person, right? Because they don't seem very easy to get close to, which maybe you like that. There's nothing wrong with that. It's something exclusive and someone that knows, who is very cognizant of who they share their time and energy with. That's actually a good thing, okay? So I'm going to close you out and move along to pile number 4. All right, pile 4, my Guava. We're going to see what this person's fantasy is, what they love most but won't tell you. Very interesting energy. I'm actually very intrigued by this pile because This is the pile that's more than likely, at least some of the people you're asking about, they don't really have a fantasy. Like, they don't know what that is yet. It's like, I got nothing is yet set in stone. I got don't let the past hold you back, right? Like, this person's fantasy is shifting. Like, they're very open-minded about what it is they're seeking going forward. Okay? And I don't know if it's meeting you that's done that. I don't know if that's what put them within your vicinity, but they like, I don't have a fantasy. I don't really know what I love most. I just want the universe to send me what will work best with me. They're very receptive, okay? So let me keep pulling the see. So tell me about this guava. What is this person's fantasy? What do they love most but won't tell you? I honestly don't need cards to tell me. I can see why they wouldn't tell you that, because it feels wishy-washy, possibly flaky. I'm not saying this person's any of those things, but it could be interpreted that way. Like, being open and receptive to what's for you may, if you say that to somebody verbally, they might be like, so you don't know what you want. You don't even know if you want me, or you wouldn't have wanted me yesterday, right? Like, you get what I'm saying? So I could see how somebody would keep that to themselves. So tell me more for my Guava. Ooh, that's a reversal. You and your loved ones are safe. Show the world the real you. That's weird that this came out. This combination came out in a different pile. Both cards. In the opposite. In the opposite energy. If you came from the pile where this came out together, but in the opposite, literally, way, then it's either going to be that this person's fantasy is the opposite of you now, or it was at one point. Okay? And that's the why they won't tell you, because at one point it wouldn't have been that, but now it is. I don't know. Tell me more. Like, it's just like someone that's a lot more open to you now with Holy Vision. Communication is key with the new moon in Gemini. Okay. Hold your vision. This person's very tight-lipped about their fantasy. Like, they either don't have one, or very just uncertain about it, or just desperately wouldn't want anyone to know. Okay? Hold your vision with communication is key. Does let me know that if there is a fantasy, they're very fixated on it, right? They've been very fixed on the fantasy or the current one at this time, because again, this person's whole vibe is, my fantasy is now not, it's nothing like what it used to be and whatnot. But the one that they have now, if they have one, it's very fixed. Okay. Something about the eyes, something about holding of a gaze. They like very, very attractive people. I'll give you that much. Maybe that's the thing, is it's not really a type, especially when we talk about physical energy. They just like really attractive people with nice eyes, just in general, that sound good, that speak well, that have like a voice. Like I always say, a voice like butter, a very alluring voice and things like that. Like a very pleasant tone. Okay. Tell me more. Okay, it's like steps 3, 2, 1, and there's also a lot of threes here. We got the third sign of the zodiac, got third major arcana, and the last major arcana, which reduces to 3. They're looking for somebody that's going to complete them, though, just in general. Like a really attractive person that aligns with them communication well, that fits, that just completes them. Okay? So, tell me what this is and why the energy's so weird coming through for this guava pile. Wish fulfillment. There we go. Okay, and I've got the base chakra. Okay, 3 out of 4 of our cards are major arcana. This person, this is another pile where this person's obviously looking for their one. They're looking for the person that matches, that mirrors with them, right? The divine feminine to their divine masculine, the divine masculine to their divine feminine, right? However you want to word it. But like, they're looking for someone that's going to complete them, that is basically a manifestation of everything they've ever wanted. And they don't really have a clear picture of what that is. Not because this person's indecisive and doesn't know what they want. They just are not rigid enough to kind of control the manifestation of love they want. Like they basically manifest the right way if they do that, right? They hold their vision and the type of partner they want. They want someone that's going to mirror them, someone that's going to be attractive, someone that's going to align energetically, but they're not, the fantasy is not fixed enough for them to mess it up, I guess, right? By saying, oh, I don't want a partner like this. I don't want a partner like that. Like they're not, I'm not saying they're not picky. They're extremely picky. They're just not placing limitations. It feels like someone that understands the laws of the universe, if I'm being honest. So what is this? Tell me more. Like they want a partner that they wished for, that they prayed for. Boom. That's the fantasy. Letter F may be a thing. I've got 3 on the table. Tell me more. House 1, individuality, self-love, an approach to life. Someone that looks really, really good. Okay. Okay, we got so whether this person realizes it or not. Okay. And I could be confirming something for you. This is someone, because like based on whatever the fantasy is, this is, if they described it to an astrologer would say, your fantasy partner is a water sign rising, right? Like you like people with Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces rising. That's you, whether you realize it or not. Okay. Exactly. Ooh. Especially people, especially if where this person's attracted to feminines, especially water sign rising. Okay. I just got house 1, house 7. That's the opposing axis. Yeah. So, because water sign risings have earth signs in house 7, right? So, for example, Cancer rising would be Capricorn, 7th house. Scorpio rising would be Taurus in the 7th house. And then Pisces rising would be Virgo in the 7th house, depending on the degree. But that's kind of what this person's fantasy is, regardless of if they realize it. Okay, like that's their type. That's what would bring them the most happiness, their most fulfillment of wishes. Okay, where we talk about someone seeking a feminine. Okay. Let me see. This is such an odd pile. Yeah, because I got this third eye energy. Something about this person needs someone very intuitive, possibly even psychic, which is why those rising signs make sense, right? Those are the 3 intuitive, psychic, dominant energies, because water. Okay. And that's why we've got that. And that's going to bring them the most compassion and sweetness to life. Okay. So tell me more about this guava. What's this person's fantasy? What do they love most? But won't tell my pile number 4, please. Yeah, they want fireworks, right? They want celebration. They want passion. They want fire. They want to feel like they want to feel that love, right? More F energy is on my table, okay? I've got a powerful man here. So it feels like regardless of gender or what you're attracted to or what this person's attracted to, if the person in question, they like a very powerful partner, okay? Energetically. That grounds to the 3D, okay? Someone whose vision comes to life, right? Someone that actually, this person's actually seeking a master manifester. It took a second to come through, but there it is, right? They speak it and it grounds into 3D. Hold your vision down to earth, down to root with the fulfillment of wishes. Fertility is a manifestation energy, right? When you're fertile, you create. And when you're connected to source, the universe, same vibe. Okay. Tell me more about this guava. What is this person's fantasy? What do they love most but won't tell my pile? Number Or they like dark aesthetics. Yep. I could actually see that with my water sign risings. They like people with like vampire siren energy, right? I've got the athlete card. So someone that's very fit, very active in shape, right? Looks really good, right? Like that's the thing. That's what this person's really attracted to. Max the Riches. Very, very successful. Master manifester, right? Especially if they had to get it out the mud, if they had to make it from scratch, right? Someone that has a very rebellious vibe, okay? Strong-willed, non-conformist. Bend the universe to their will. That's what this person's seeking, whether they realize it or not. Because like I said, I'm telling you what this person's most compatible with, and what, if they pick the fantasy, if they have a fantasy, what it aligns with. Okay. So why wouldn't this? Well, I know why they wouldn't tell you, because they don't know. Exciting news is on the way. Regarding this person, I'll tell you that right now. So what is this? Why won't this person tell Pal 4 about their fantasy and anything else we need to know about Pal number 4? This person's fantasy regarding Pal 4. What else do we need to know? Self-love. This person values a partner that has a lot of self-love, a lot of self-respect, and a lot of faith in themselves as well as the universe. Okay? That's what this person values. Why wouldn't this person tell Pal 4 about their fantasy? Oh, there's a lot of S's just hit my table. So love at first sight. So for you and this person, where you're aligning with the energy that this person is fantasizing about or realizing is their fantasy, because this is someone that's realizing that you're their fantasy in the lightest sense. I mentioned it at the beginning. Their self-love is a heightened sense of spirituality and an awakening, and in them realizing like, this is what I want. I didn't realize this. The awakening is, I didn't realize this was available to me. I didn't realize this was a type. I didn't realize this was a type of person, right? Like if this person, especially if this person had like limited experiences and they had never met someone like you on the lighter side, the awareness that you exist is the awakening and the shifting of the fantasy. I hope that makes sense. That's interesting. And we gotta love at first sight. So especially where we're talking about somebody where it's like love at first sight, the fantasy shifted with love at first sight with you, and that's the awakening. Now, if we want to bring up the scandalous shadow, it's not a real shadow. It's just embarrassment or not wanting to be weird and bring up something uncomfortable. This person, the worst instance of this person just not wanting you to know that is because they had a self-love spiritual awakening historically where it was love at first sight with somebody. And that is what opened them up to their new fantasy, their new type. And that's probably why they're all like, I don't know what my type is. Because before I met that other, like years ago when I met that other person, I didn't realize they would be my type. And that was great. It didn't work out, but I would be open to exploring more people like that or whatever. And when I say people, I mean like personality types, the way people maneuver. It feels like someone with this vampire siren energy, it feels like someone that met their first like woo-woo person. Like they had only been like Christian or any other Abrahamic faith or whatever, like a strict traditional religion. And then they met like somebody that was real woo-woo for the first time. And it's like, wow. Kind of like the running joke of like all Erykah Badu's exes, like the running joke of like how different they are pre her versus like after her. Like that's kind of a good example of this energy. And like this person obviously wouldn't tell you that if they're like, yeah, I got a person that I was with and like you're my type now and I know you're my type because this ex, like this person knows, like nobody wants to hear about your ex, right? That's the shadow, and I don't really see a shadow. That's just life, right? But again, the lighter side is this person realizing through you like, oh, this is my fantasy, and I just never knew that it was a fantasy to have, to exist. All right. Everybody has such an interesting reading today. So let me go ahead and get your advice and close you out for the day. What advice do we have for those selecting the Guava pile regarding this person that they are asking about today? Be resilient and charismatic. You can lean into this person being interested in you if you don't feel like this is you're someone this person would have been interested in. Like if you have confidence issues with wondering if you're this person's type, like if it just seems off balance, off center, I'm confirming that. Be a little more resilient than that. You're very likable, very attractive in a way that, of course, this person's interested in you and sees you as great. Okay? And where the shadow may step through, where this doesn't resonate, or where you just know, like some of you are very self-aware, and like you're like, yeah, I'm watching this, but I know what it is with this person, and you're watching this just cause. Be more resilient than that, right? Like you are resilient, you are likable, you're worthy, and like your love, your connection is going to come in. Some of you, I described that, okay? Others of you, there may have been hints in like what is coming in. I got a wave because when we talk about the shadow, it wasn't prominent enough to like lean into, which is great, but it's okay to be resilient, okay? This connection, in a lighter sense, is resilient, okay? This person's very, very attracted to you. They like you. You're compatible. Boom. That's the lighter side. I'm closing you out. Thank you so much for supporting the channel.